Hey everybody, this is Rykard here again, back with another black and white Pokemon upgrade. Today, we're going to be discussing Golduck, but slightly different than we have been doing these upgrades previously. But you'll see what I mean in a second, so let's get started. So first off, Golduck, as you all know, is a mono water type Pokemon, not a water psychic type Pokemon like I always thought for some reason, but that is just my stupidity. But anyways, it has the abilities Damp, Cloud 9, and in the Dream World it gets Swift Swim, which is an excellent boost to Golduck because it allows it to really do some damage when there's rain on the field. Cloud 9, however, is a ability that it previously had but really didn't see a lot of use of, but in my opinion, it's probably one of the best things that Golduck has in this generation, due to the fact that there are a lot of different Pokemon being used now because of the advent of Drizzle Politoed and Drought Ninetales, and obviously Hippowdon and Tyranitar and Abomasnow being able to set up a lot of different weather effects, and having a lot of Pokemon thus being able to make use of those boosts from weather. So, in my opinion, Golduck actually didn't get a lot this generation, but its old ability became significantly more useful. Now, if you look at its stats, it actually has some very well-rounded stats overall. The great thing that is with Golduck, though, is that it has 95 special attack and 85 speed, which is a very usable combination of special attack and speed, and you will see in the set that I have for you how this actually works out really well for Golduck and allows it to do a lot of damage to things and also counter Pokemon that are able to abuse different weather effects. So with that, let's take a look at the only set I have for this video. So first off, for this set, we're going to be giving Golduck a Modest Nature to increase its special attack but lower its physical attack. And then for the ability, we're either going to be using Cloud 9 as a way to make use of an ability that it already had that it can really put into great usage in this generation, or we could go with its Dreamworld ability Swift Swim as a nice way to show how this Pokemon has been upgraded this generation by allowing it to abuse rain. As for the EVs though, we're going to put 4 into HP, 252 into special attack, and 252 into speed to give you your max special attack possible, and then the highest speed you can possibly get with a Modest Nature. And as for the item, if we're going with the Cloud 9 set, we're going to be going with the Choice Scarf, and if we're going with the Swift Swim set, we're going to be going with Life Orb, or really anything else of your choice, possibly a Lumberry or things like that. But just something that'll allow Golduck to really benefit from the Swift Swim ability and sweep teams or do a lot of damage, hopefully. As for the moves though, the first one we're going to make use of is either going to be Hydro Pump or Surf. Now, obviously, Hydro Pump is the more powerful move, but less accurate, whereas Surf is 100% accurate and less powerful. However, the reason why we're choosing between either of these two is obviously because of the amount of damage that you can do. Now, I ran a calc using a 4th gen calculator, and I think that the damage calcs are the same for both generations, but basically, if your opponent, for whatever reason, is running a max HP, max special defense Hippowdon, you can one-hit KO it with Hydro Pump. That's awesome, obviously, and that's with the Choice Scarf, so with a Life Orb, it's definitely a KO. But other Pokemon that, will set up weather, is like Tyranitar, which could easily be taken out with a Hydro Pump as well, because with Cloud 9, you're canceling out the boost it gets from Sandstorm that increases the special defense of rock types, so you can also one-hit KO a Tyranitar with Hydro Pump as well. Now, other Pokemon that you could also really take out with, Cloud 9 with Hydro Pump is Doryuzu, which seems to be the greatest threat in this generation under a Sandstorm because of the fact that it is so ridiculously fast with its Sand Throw ability. Now, since obviously it won't have Sand Throw, it's still faster than you, even if when it's running max speed. So that's what the Choice Scarf is for, essentially, because Hydro Pump with Choice Scarf will one-hit KO a Doryuzu. And obviously, this set is meant to really counter things that can abuse rain and things like that. So Ice Beam is there as a way to also, just give you better type coverage and take out things that, Hydro Pump can't be super effective against. Hidden Power Grass is there as a way to get rid of other water type Pokemon that will abuse Swift Swim if you're using the Cloud 9 ability, or Swift Swim as well, but it's basically there as a way to counter their boosts and whatever they're doing by using a super effective move against them. And then Focus Blast is there as a way to really round off the whole set and give you a lot of really good type coverage, and also allow you to hit ice types that will benefit from Hail if you're using the Clown 9 ability as well. So really, in this generation, Golduck is an amazing Scarfed Pokemon because of the fact that it can cancel out weather effects and thus take a Pokemon out because of its naturally high special attack. Now also, as I've said before, you could use Swift Swim and allow it to sweep teams that way. It probably won't, but I'm just saying it'll do a lot of damage. There are other better Swift Swimmers, I believe, such as Floatzel, which actually is really good at this generation because of its really high physical attack, but that's not what this video is about. But basically, this set was just made so that I could show you guys that if any of you are having any trouble with any of these weather, I just said any like 4 times, with any of the weather abusers such as Doryuzu and things like that, you could possibly switch a Golduck onto your team in order to allow it to pretty much take out those problem Pokemon that abuse the rain or hail or sun or whatever. So really, it's just a great combination. Now I know I have Ice Beam because of Chlorophyll abusers, because they're generally grass types, and then Ice Beam is super effective against grass. That was my reasoning behind this. But anyways, this is pretty much the set, so I hope you guys can really see why I think Golduck will be great this generation, and that you enjoyed this video. So take care, everybody, and goodbye.